Okay, so here are the rails, and here is our show.
Completely off. Completely gone today. What in the world? Derailed.
Yay, you're here. Welcome to the CK and GK podcast. Let's get going.
It's Tuesday.
I laugh every week. Just enough dysfunction to be funny. That's really the goal. Just enough mental illness to be.
We are the show for adults who need a grown-up. Mm-hmm. And today we are learning. I cannot even believe this. The name of this episode, y'all, is "You're Flossing Wrong."
Well,
and I know I am not. Notes. I know I am not. Because I do not floss regularly. So I can't be doing it wrong if I'm not doing it enough. Because my mom always says doing something is better than doing nothing. So just by the fact that I floss occasionally means that I'm doing it right.
Something is better than nothing.
Right. She also says if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, like Thumper's father. And you are responsible for your own happiness. Mm-hmm. Those are the 3 legacies my mother will leave.
Yes.
All right. But that's not important. What is important is Caitlin is the orthodontist because she has helped me straighten out my life.
Aww, that's so sweet. That's Jenny. She's my pioneering lark.
Pioneering lark.
They're getting weirder, right? Like they're getting weirder.
I mean, I kind of liked when I was a golden retriever. I'm not going to lie. You're right.
Yes. Okay. So today we are talking about how you're flossing wrong if you're doing it at all. Now, the sources for this are an article on PureWow by Jenny Jin. It's called 6 Flossing Mistakes You Didn't Know You Were Making and What to Do Instead. Interviewed for the piece, Dr. Michael J. Way, who is a cosmetic dentist practicing in Manhattan. He has all these certifications.
Oh, dude. Can you imagine the kind of money that a cosmetic dentist in Manhattan must make?
I mean,
I went into the wrong field.
You're in it for the outcomes, Jenny.
Right. Teaching is a work of heart.
Toxic positivity statement here.
No, I'm in it because I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I didn't get to hang out with middle schoolers all day.
I know,
would
it's
have to
really
be a grown-up. I can't do that.
No.
I can't be an adult.
No.
I have to hang out with 12-year-olds because that's where I'm stuck mentally. I don't even floss.
That's why I'm here, to help you be a grown-up, Jenny. We're going to be a grown-up. Right. Okay.
Back to flossing.
Back to Dr. Way. He has all these certifications next to his name that I don't understand because I'm not a dentist. So I'm just.
But he has lots of letters next to his name.
Lots of letters, and he was voted one of America's top dentists in 2005 through 2020. Like for 15 years, is one of America's top dentists by the Consumers Research Council of America. So
now, is that anything like America's Top Model?
No, it can't be.
But would we watch a reality show, America's Top Dentist?
I mean, maybe.
Like, what if people went in with like the jankiest teeth, like graveyard in their mouth?
Didn't they do shows like that on E? Like makeover shows?
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it could be like a competition, like who does the best job on their patient's teeth. Would you watch it? America's Next Top Dentist.
I don't know. I mean, Dr. Pimple Popper has a show and I don't watch that. So I don't know. Probably not. But okay, all right. I'm interested.
Bad idea. Okay, back to what we're actually doing today.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, Jenny Jin, thank you for your article and for letting me use it because here we go. So, here's your first oopsie doopsie about flossing. And this is, again, if you're doing it. If you're not doing it, that's your first mistake. But here is the deal. You might be using the wrong floss type. Now, what? There are multiple floss types? I know that there's like waxed versus unwaxed, but apparently there's like 5 or 6 different kinds. Okay. So Dr. Wei says that it's ultimately about your personal preference for which one you feel the most comfortable using when you floss. So I'm just going to list a couple of them here so that you can kind of make some decisions based on your own teeth, I guess. Right?
Okay.
I need to also say, I am not a dentist. These are recommendations from a dentist, and I am not a certified professional who is able to diagnose your toothers.
The other pickup line I looked at that was tooth themed was Caitlin's an incisor because she's on the cutting edge.
Nice. Ooh, that's a good one.
But I thought orthodontist who straightens out my life was a little bit better.
Yeah,
right,
I think that's cute.
Continue on.
Okay. Nylon floss. Most common and widely available option. It is effective at removing plaque and gross junk from between your teeth. You can get it waxed or unwaxed. I personally prefer the waxed kind because I feel like it slides better in between my teeth. Mm-hmm. But unwaxed is thinner, so it might be better for people who have tight like spaces between teeth. Oh my God, I'm going to mess this one up. PTFE floss. It is made from, science words, monofilament polytetrafluoroethylene.
Oh, wow. Very nicely done.
I think I did that right.
You did. You did indeed.
Thank you. It flides. So I can say the complicated word, but I can't say slides. I say flides instead.
I mean, we're leaving that in. Sorry. That's not getting cut out.
No, we have to leave it in. Okay. So anyway, it slides between the teeth more smoothly. So again, if you have like sensitive gums or really tight spaces between teeth, you might like that kind. Dental tape is like wide and flat, which sounds gross to me.
I have used this dental tape. It is very wide.
Okay.
I'm serious. You're laughing at me. I'm serious.
I have used this dental tape. It is very wide. It's Friday and I'm Friday tired. Okay. Apparently it's really gentle on your gums, so it's worth considering using that. And then there's something called super floss, which sounds amazing. Right. Exactly. I was just like,
that's my new superhero. It's a whole comic book, Super Floss.
Nice. Not to be confused as Superfly. Different thing. This is
Who would Super Floss's sidekick be? Fluoride Boy?
Or like Picky, like his little dental pick. I don't know. Super floss is a specialty type of floss that consists of 3 parts: a stiffened end, a spongy floss, and a regular floss. I guess you use it to clean for braces and bridges and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So if you hate flossing with the string, maybe you're just using the wrong kind. So try something different. And they come with you can get like trial types of floss at your dentist's office. So ask. Yeah. Okay. You aren't using enough floss is your oopsie number 2. So first you're using the wrong kind, and your oopsie doopsie number 2 is you're not using enough. So I was told from when you put it in front of your face, from your nose, and you stretch it all the way out, you pull your hand out as far as your arm will go. So you extend your arm.
Okay.
And
so
an arm length
wingspan.
Yeah. Yeah. An arm's length of floss is how much you need.
That is more than I am using.
Well, because you use none. So there's
right.
Right. So
Now, here's the thing. I sound gross. I do floss my teeth. I just don't do it regularly.
I'm an every night girl. I gotta.
No. I am at corn on the cob or steak.
I don't always use the string
or raspberries.
I always
the seeds get
those too. But I also have I have receding gums, so everything gets stuck in my teeth. So I am constantly picking out stuff out of my teeth. I carry picks with me everywhere I go. I have one on my desk right now. See, because I constantly am picking things out of my teeth. But I have to floss every night. I just
have denial about what I need to do for my teeth.
I also overbrush my teeth. That's a different thing. So sorry. The idea is you're supposed to use
so much that I have to clean up on this episode.
You have to use 18 to 24 inches of floss. For me, that's about an arm's length, right? Yes. So you can wrap it around your fingers, and you still have some in between to work with, like the way that the hygienist does, right?
Right.
Oopsie number 3 is you're not reaching beneath the gum line. You are supposed to, according to Dr. Way.
It's not just between the teeth.
Right. You have to wrap it around your tooth. You're supposed to like kind of curve it like a C around the tooth and like scrub each side of the tooth.
Right.
And when you do that,
it doesn't just get between your teeth, it gets between your tooth and your gum.
Right. That's where you really need to get it out. So if you're not making that C shape, it won't go between your gums, and that's a problem.
Okay.
The next oopsie is, excuse me, you're not using a clean section of floss for each tooth. So like when you go to the dentist and the hygienist is flossing between your teeth, you'll notice she flosses and then she does a little quick wrap with her finger and then another floss. You're supposed to do that every time.
Oh.
Because otherwise you're spreading the bacteria. No spreading bacteria.
So
okay.
The picks that I use, the ones that are like the prefab already with the floss in the little hooky thing.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Terrible. I'm just like rubbing bacteria from one tooth to the next.
I know. It's like spreading MRSA or something.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Yeah. Real floss.
I gotta use real floss now.
Mm-hmm. This is a very informative, serious episode about teeth and oral health. And I cannot stop laughing. Okay. Oopsie number 5. You're forgetting the very back of your mouth. Everyone knows like you floss between your teeth, but like flossing between that back molar and where it touches your gums is supposed to happen too.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta do that. It gets gross. So clean that out. Yuck. This one, I can't. This one has always irked me. You're flossing after you brush.
Wait, what? That's the problem?
That's a problem. You're not supposed to floss after you brush. I know that the line is brush and floss, right? No, right. Floss and brush. Floss and brush. Because when you're flossing, you are loosening all the crap from out around between the teeth. And then when you brush them, you're getting it all out of your mouth. It's like why you clean your house from top to bottom. You shake all the dust down and then you vacuum it up. Same thing.
My chin is on the floor. My eyebrows are on the ceiling. Yeah. I am shocked.
Okay. But just wait, because this is what maked me feel shocked and shooketh. Ready?
Okay.
Here's the order that Dr. Way has for how you're supposed to clean your mouth. And floss is first. Yes. Removes the food and all the gross plaque and stuff first so you can brush it away. Wait, this is the one that blew my mind. Ready? Then you're supposed to rinse with mouthwash.
Okay.
Then you rinse.
Floss, then mouthwash?
Yeah. Floss, then rinse. Rinse your mouth out with water or an antiseptic mouthwash to get rid of
good mouthwash.
Residual yuckiness.
I like the ones that kind of burn a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
I love that.
Yeah. There's a name brand with an L that I'm thinking about. That burns.
Like even on the commercial was like, can you make it through a minute?
Yes. Oh yeah, you remember that? Oh, that was a good commercial. Well done.
Yeah, I can.
I use one now that's for like dry mouth because my ADHD meds make me so thirsty. It dries my mouth out.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You need that Restasis for your eyeballs.
Yeah, they have it. It's for your mouth.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like a mouth Restasis.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. Okay, so floss, then rinse with mouthwash. Are you kidding? That's so weird to me. I always thought you were supposed to do that last, but you're not.
Oh my God, I thought you're supposed to do it first.
No, because
I thought you were supposed to mouthwash before you even brush.
Really?
I am so backward on tooth.
Yeah.
It's really lucky that I have these great pearly whites.
You just said backwards on tooth.
Yeah.
I'm so backwards on
my
tooth.
kids. Meanwhile, my students are listening to this episode and they're screaming, Miss GK, your breath is terrible.
Oh no.
And I have to coffee. No, I bet it's the coffee. It has nothing to do with the bacteria. It's the fact that I live off coffee. So I have that dragon breath. This is why I'm always trying to keep gum in my bag. Okay, keep going. I'm so sorry. So it's floss and then it's rinse with mouthwash, which we are both blown away by. And then
and then you brush. I did not know. So here's the deal. The reason that you do it in this order is that you're using more than likely a fluoride toothpaste. If you're not using a fluoride toothpaste, you should be, because fluoride is good for your teeth and it strengthens your teeth. You need to be using that according to every dentist that I have ever read or visited. So some people are opposed to like quote chemicals, and I understand that. Fluoride is not a chemical; it's an element. It is a. And if you are like, if you have some sort of allergy or something, that's a little bit different. But
well, yeah, come on.
But like, don't.
We understand that.
Yeah, like we of course get that, but like if you don't, you really need to switch to a fluoride toothpaste. Anyway, so after you floss, then you rinse, and then you brush, and you need to be brushing for 2 minutes.
Yes.
And every bit of your mouth. All even the sides of your teeth and your tongue. Yeah. I also have a tongue scraper to get all the extra.
Oh my gosh. Goop. Okay. So I got Abigail a tongue scraper. She loves it.
And it helps with your breath so much. Like it's a really good thing to have for breath. Yeah. Anyway. So after that, you've flossed, you've rinsed, you've brushed. Don't rinse again. Because your fluoride toothpaste that you are using needs to sit on your teeth. If you immediately rinse out your mouth with water, which a lot of people do because they're like
me included,
that you spit and then you want to like rinse it out.
Rinse. Yeah.
You are
just
undoing the fluoride protection that you just put on your teeth.
I wonder what Dr. Way says about brushing your teeth in a shower.
I think he's like, if it works for you, you should do it. But I am not an in-shower brusher. Oh, I've tried totally it, but I can't get. I
love it. I call it like multitasking. Is it multitasking? I don't know.
You're just standing there in the shower brushing your teeth. You can't like wash your hair at the same time.
But I can put shampoo on because my hair is fake blonde. I need to let the purple sit on it for a little bit. So I'll put the purple in and then I brush and then I rinse the purple.
Okay, I see it. Like maybe if you're doing like a hair mask or something, it could work. Right. I get what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Well, he says spitting out excess toothpaste after brushing is recommended, but it's better to avoid rinsing it immediately because the fluoride needs to stay in contact with your teeth in order to provide some added protection. So what I've heard is don't ingest or rinse your mouth out for 30 minutes. And that includes with your mouthwash because you're just washing off rinsing the fluoride. It out.
So what John has told me is that you cannot drink coffee right after you brush your teeth because after you brush, you've like exposed your teeth. They're like not as protected. And then that coffee is to stain them real fast.
Well, I don't know about not as protected, but you're definitely like undoing the fluoride. Right. And coffee is acidic. So if you're anything that's acidic, especially like sparkling water or tea or juice or coffee, if you're sipping that all day long, that is bad for your teeth because it's acid and it's going to eat away the enamel. And I know this because I went to the dentist last Wednesday and the hygienist was very adamant that I stop doing that. She was like, sparkling water is nice, but as soon as you finish it, you need to rinse your mouth out with water because it's got a lot of acid in it. And I was like, wow,
that's nuts.
No. So yeah, it's true.
Okay. So let me see if I can remember the things that we should be doing.
Yes.
Make sure you pick the right type of floss for you.
Yes.
Whether it be waxed or unwaxed
or whatever.
Made of polytetrafluoroethylene or dental tape, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Make sure that you use enough floss and that you use a clean section on each tooth.
Yes.
So that you're not re-spreading bacteria through your mouth.
Yes.
And then get in between your tooth and the gum as well as in the back of your mouth behind your teeth where they touch your gum.
Yes, exactly.
And finally, make sure that you use the right order. So it is floss, rinse, brush, and do not rinse again.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you could take a break from dental hygiene. Like we're going to take a break from podcasting.
Nice.
Okay, we're back. My teeth are clean.
Are they?
So I'm supposed to tell you what I'm obsessed with. And I have sent this to you. You have seen this guy.
Yep.
This is Taylor Roche. His Instagram handle is at Taylor Roche Music. I'm guessing that's probably his TikTok too, but I don't have TikTok because I try and get things done in my life. And that if I
it's a rabbit hole.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
It is.
Anyway, his shtick in his videos is that he adds Soulja Boy to music that really shouldn't have it.
So good.
It is so good. It is so funny. So here are my 3 favorites right now. Okay. And I could rewatch these 10-second videos over and over and over again.
They're so funny.
Out of the Woods by Taylor Swift. Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. And I Wanna Run to You by Whitney Houston. Don't make me close one more door. You. Yes.
So good.
So good.
Oh, I laughed out loud. I'm like, why? What is happening here? Because he's like, you can tell he's like, it's going to be a banger. You can just tell. And then he just drops it, right?
He just drops it in. And the thing is, like, he's like, when the song is playing, are we out of the woods? Are we out of the woods? And he's like adjusting things, which you know he's not really adjusting anything. Right. Nothing changes in the sound. And then all of a sudden,
so funny.
Yes.
It's so funny.
And I'm just like, crank it.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, sorry. Your turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we talked about this. And I'm wearing them now because I need them. But ladies and gentlemen, there are very few gentlemen who listen to this. So ladies and students, maybe. I'm officially wearing readers. It's happened. I turned 40 and now I wear readers. And
gotcha, cheetahs!
Mm-hmm, and these ones are bifocal readers, so I can use them for when I'm sitting at my desk and looking at Jenny on the screen, or when I need to text her, I can just say, please cut that from the recording. I can see my phone better. And I'm obsessed because now there are well-formed words on my phone.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Have you gotten to the point yet where you have multiple pairs in different parts of the house?
I have multiple pairs. I have one in my purse. These ones tend to stay on my face most of the day because they're bifocal, so I can go back and forth. But I do have 3 pairs.
Yes.
And one of them is on my nightstand and the other one stays with me most of the day
Welcome
on my
to
desk.
The club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm obsessed. Thank you for introducing me to them.
So speaking of reading.
Yes.
Y'all, my gem of the week is realizing that I have texted Caitlin not once but twice in 3 days about Becky Lynch's book. And if you're not intimately familiar with Becky Lynch, her real name is Rebecca Quinn. She is also affectionately called The Man or The Goat.
Because
she's a professional wrestler.
There it is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That is it. And during COVID, there weren't a whole lot of sports on, but hey, guess what? They still had wrestling.
Which I don't understand. Like, wrestling is very up close
really
and personal.
contacty.
Yeah. Like, how do we not have baseball the same way, but we have wrestling? Help me understand this.
So when there were no sports on, except WWE wrestling, I became a fan. Because if you listen to the show, you know that sports are a really important part of our lives. And with no football and no hockey and no baseball, I had to find something else. And so we watched a lot of wrestling. And I found my favorite character. Persona. Becky Lynch. Big time Bex.
Kind of amazing.
And she wrote a memoir. And now I own an autographed copy that I have texted Caitlin not once but twice about in the last 3 days.
Like, I'm obsessed. I can't put it down.
Right.
What is happening?
Wait a minute. Did I just send her the same picture twice?
Yep.
I did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it is not the same picture. It is another picture of the cover that I've taken in a different spot. thing, I'm still reading this book.
It's so good. Well, I'm going to take you back to when I was on spring break and in Cabo after you and I went to Napa.
Yeah, did you guys hear that? She took a double spring break. After we left Napa, she went on to Cabo.
I did.
Isn't it hard to be Caitlin?
Well, you might also recall that while I was on that trip, I embarrassingly fell off a curb and slow-mo fell and rolled around on my back like a turtle with ice cream in my hand. Yeah, and got laughed at by by multiple vendors across the street. And not helped up by my husband until he turned around and saw me and was like, "Oh, she's on the ground."
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Looks like you're turtling.
Yep.
Let me take your picture and then I'll help you
up. The other embarrassing thing that I did there was actually related to a very cool experience. We got to swim with a dolphin.
Very cool.
It was very awesome. And I don't think I've told you this story yet, so you might not know this, but
y'all, this is a fresh reaction. She saved it for the mic.
Yeah, I did. One of the things that you can do with the dolphin, aside from hang on to I got to give him a hug. Did you know that
what
a dolphin?
What does it feel like?
It feels like rubber. It's very, very dense. You can't really push your finger down into it because it's solid squishy muscle. It's a little squishy, but it feels solid underneath there, right? Okay. It'd be like if you were touching a six pack, you're just your finger barely kind of goes in, and they're big water puppies. They just want hugs. It's so cute. They want a hug, and they get happy and they dance with you, and it's super cute, right?
Oh my god!
It was like a big water puppy, and this dolphin's name was Nakai, and Nakai lets you ride around on their back. You hold their fin, and then they kind of drag you around. Right. Well, if you're old enough, one of the things you can do is go underwater with the dolphin. He will dive with you and then bring you back up. That is cool. This is a once in a lifetime experience. I'm not going to say no to this.
Right, of course.
I should have, but I did not. Now here's what you need to know. As soon as the command is given, they will go. They act on it immediately. So the trainer will say okay, are you ready? And you're yeah. And then you're going. It happens before you even know. So you can't wear accessories because if the accessories fall off and then a dolphin gets hurt, if it eats it or whatever, there's a lot of, so I couldn't have goggles or anything. And I'm preparing myself to go deep diving with this dolphin. She goes, you need to be able to hold your breath for 7 seconds. It's not a big deal. And it's going to go down about 15 feet. Now, 15 feet doesn't sound that deep, but the pressure of 15 feet is a lot.
In only a few seconds. Yeah.
In only a few seconds. So she's like, okay, you ready? Go. And before I knew it, I'm underwater, down very deep. My eyes are closed because it's a saltwater tank.
Underwater. Yeah.
And underwater. And I come up really fast. It didn't feel like 7 seconds. So, it feels slow and fast at the same time. And when I came up, I was leaning over to the side, leaning over.
What?
Because I ruptured a blood vessel in my eardrum when Nakai took me down that fast.
Okay, are you a scuba diver?
No.
Don't become one.
No. I can't, because that's what happens to me.
I'll get
the bends or whatever that's called.
Right. Did you bleed?
I did not bleed. I did not. But here was the crazy part. And this is when I completely lost my mind and started to have my Caitlin anxiety freakouts. Afterward, I had water coming out of my nose, which is to be expected when you go underwater really fast. Right. That's going to happen. And because it happened so fast, normally when I go under, I know to breathe out. I swam for a long time. I know you're supposed to push all the air out of your head. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It happened so fast. I did not do that. It was I was under and back up in a moment. And I'm sitting at lunch afterwards and there's just water coming out of my nose. And I was kind of freaked out. And then it happened hours later. It just kept happening.
It was in your sinuses.
It was in my, but also I knew my eardrum was messed up because it was ringing and I couldn't hear properly. So I was like, you guys, it's okay. I'm just leaking cerebral spinal fluid out of my face. Panicking internally, right? Because it's like, I know that you can do that. And I know that it's clear. And I know that it happens when you bend your head down. So I'm over here bending my head down and water is falling out of my nose. And I'm like, I look over at Bryce and I was like, are you seeing this? Like, this is real. And he makes his face like, oh snap. Like, that's not normal. Cause his ear was messed up too.
Going to a Mexican hospital.
Yeah. That was where we were at. And I'm sitting there trying to make a virtual appointment with my regular doctor just to see what other signs I need to look for. Can't do that because if you're out of the country, they can't practice. So you can't have virtual appointments like that. Awesome. Good to know. So then I'm sitting there at dinner by this point, and still leaking stuff. And the symptom that I see that is another one that was scary was if it's cerebral spinal fluid, when you put it on a tissue, it won't crust up the way that your like mucus would. Like if you have a crusty tissue, it's because someone wiped their nose on it. Right. But this was not crust. This was just liquid staying, not crusty on everything I wiped. And God. I was
panicked.
I was internally panicking, externally surrounded by spring breakers, could not hear a single thing over all the music and the fact that my ear was messed up. Right. So you don't leak CSF unless you have some sort of like trauma most of the time. So like here I am going, okay, ear trauma. Yes, that could do it. Clear liquid coming out of my nose when I bend down. Yep. And it's not crusting up. This could be really bad.
Oh my gosh. Did you see someone when we came back from to the States?
So when the leakage stopped that night, like there was one other time overnight where I woke up and I was like, my pillow is a little wet, like under my nose, like kind of on my cheek, and I could feel it. And I was like, all right, okay, if this is still going on in the morning, we're going to go to the doctor. It stopped overnight. My pillow was dry. I didn't have it happen anymore. I was like, okay, I'm fine. But I did go to the doctor when I got back, and she was like, so you did rupture a blood vessel in your ear. I can see it. I can see what's going on back there. I'm concerned you're going to get an ear infection. It probably won't be normal for a couple of weeks. It's still not like perfect. I still get a little bit of like, I feel like I need to pop it and I can't.
Are you taking like Sudafed or some kind of?
That's what she said to do. So I was like pulling on my ear to try and straighten out the tubes in your ear to let things drain. Right. And then I was taking Sudafed and other things to kind of dry all that out. And she also mentioned like allergy, like nasal spray is really good.
Yes.
So I was doing that. And then she looks at me and she goes, couldn't you just let go of the dolphin?
And you're like, who are you trying to help right now?
Right. I was like, first of all,
I am not in the pool with the dolphin right now.
Right. Yes, I could have, but also it's 1,000-pound like water puppy made of sheer muscle. If I let go and I'm behind it, which is like the first thing they tell you, like don't get behind the dolphin, always pass in front. And I'm behind it and I let go. Like what? That doesn't make any sense. And it's 7 seconds. Like no one thinks.
If I had known this was going to happen,
I wouldn't have done it. Right. I would have just done the little rider on the back again. And now I know if I ever do it again, which I probably won't, I
will not let another marine mammal pull me underwater.
Right.
Which, speaking of, one of my students is hosting a March Mammal Madness.
Oh, that's cute.
Where he has selected 64 different mammals.
And who would win?
In a single elimination, who would eat each other tournament.
Eat each other.
Or, beat up each other. I don't even know. But I'm telling you, I have orca going all the way.
Oh, those things are murderers. And
that's what I'm saying. They have killer in the name.
They prey on sharks. Like, it's not... They kill...
I have orca beating cheetah.
Oh, yeah. Cheetahs are dogs.
Dolphin didn't even make it to the second round.
No, cheetahs are like puppies. Cheetahs are more like dogs than cats. That's why cheetahs have like pet golden retrievers, because they need like emotional support animals.
Right.
They're fierce, but like only kind of. An orca,
just fast.
Done. Donezo.
Yeah. I mean, if I win, I will like make myself an orca themed winning t-shirt.
You're so extra. Love it so much. Okay, we've had enough ridiculousness. Yes? I mean, I love it. It's always fun, but I'm sure our listeners are like, all right, you too.
Okay, we're done, y'all.
We're done with you.
Okay. All right. Well, when you are filling out your March memo, and this episode is in April anyway, make good choices. Don't go underwater with the dolphin. Choose orca to go all the way. Floss first.
Then rinse, then brush. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey friends, thanks for listening to the CK and GK podcast. Find us at CK and GK podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, or anywhere else that you pod. See you next time.